everyone, and thank you for this opportunity to greet you today. I'm Josie Stewart, Programme Director, Transparency International Defence and Security. For those of you who don't know us, we're a global programme of the Transparency International movement, hosted by the Transparency International UK chapter. Our objective is to ensure that defence and security institutions are accountable to their publics and subject to civilian democratic control and oversight, so that corruption risks are reduced. We work towards a world where governments, the armed forces and armed transfers are transparent, accountable and free from corruption. Our work is based on an in-depth knowledge of the defence and security sector and the specific types of corruption it faces. It's informed by ongoing political economy and contextual analysis. We seek to influence globally and regionally, but also to work in partnership with national civil society, specifically through Transparency International national chapters. We also seek to work through and with coalitions and networks with reform-minded actors to bring about change. The GDI, our Government Defence Integrity Index, is a key research project which we produce on a 5-year cycle. The GDI assesses corruption risks in the defence sector of over 80 countries around the world, and the most recent iteration was published at the end of last year alongside an analytical report of the data produced. You'll hear more about the GDI from my colleague Michael later. Defined as the abuse of entrusted power for private gain, has a detrimental impact on economic development, political cohesion, and society's ability to handle grievances and reconcile conflicting agendas and interests. It exacerbates inequality, fuels a sense of exclusion for whole groups, increases state fragility, and diminishes the legitimacy and effectiveness of governments. Crucially, the impact of corruption can contribute to the outbreak of violent conflict. One study found a correlation between levels of corruption and levels of peace and identified a tipping point at which small increases in corruption prompted large increases in violence. Corruption should therefore be a critical priority for those concerned with security and defence issues. Corruption in defence, security and justice sectors can have a significant impact on the outbreak and continuation of violent conflict. We've seen this play out around the world time and again, from Afghanistan to Iraq to Nigeria, Mali and Colombia, not to mention Ukraine. Corruption undermines states and the ability of states in 4 key areas. First, it wastes resources that could be spent either on preparing the armed forces to provide human and state security or on other areas of critical government expenditure. Second, it fuels conflict by diminishing trust in state institutions, exacerbating societal divisions, and enabling armed flows to militia and extremist groups. Third, corrupt militaries deprive countries of the ability to respond to a security crisis. Corruption can lead to hollowed out, inept armed forces that are not capable of providing security when it's most needed. Fourth, corruption undermines international interventions aiming to restore stability and peace. The findings of our GDI, therefore, should be of concern to anyone interested in peace and security, and in particular in the role of the defence and security sectors. As a civil society organisation, we developed this index not with a view to naming and shaming, but with a view to providing a high-quality, qualitative data set that others interested in reform can use to reduce corruption risks in defence sectors. We're therefore keen to share these findings with you all as we work to support national civil society and reform-minded governments to bring about change. Thank you very much.